as promised, we are going to take a look at sudden death versus dog pound from QHLAN from the other perspective. So I'm going to follow BPS for this one. Let's see what kind of strategy we can pick up. Let's see what we can learn, and we'll go from there. I got the... we remember this. Took it back to red. Let's see what he does with quad red. This is interesting, right? He's got quad red. He's got eyes. 17 seconds. He's picked up red. He's likely thinking weapon. So I would imagine he's going to go to RL now once he cleans up these boom stickers. Super shotgun is still there. Nice. All right, team's going to get pent. He's probably going to go LG. Yep. Stacked LG, nice. Picks up some more cells. All right, so let's pause for a second. I think one of the things that we noticed with watching Dog Pound was they were not using MM2 as much. I think North America, we don't use MM2 nearly enough because we have overlay on. And you can see an overlay here. We've got a ton of data, but you must realize also that none of them are using overlay during QHLAN. So let's see. The MM2 here is significantly more, right? We've got LAC, took RL, Carapace, talking about packs in the water, Xantum. You've got statuses from BPS, Xantum on there recently. Carapace lost, so a lot more MM2 already than we saw from the North Americans. So statuses. Nice. All right, so what does he know? He knows Lack just died in the water. He can look and say Sane killed him with a boomstick from his kill feed over there on the right. He's got quad teammates in red. He can see Xantum's in red again from the report. Carapace is at hill. So he knows where all three of his teammates are right now. At least pretty accurately. Lack's in the water. Is Lack still in the water? No, Lack is at list now. Carapace hill. No, Carapace is low. Low bridge. Close enough. I mean, that's the difference between overlay versus reporting, right? You're reporting is stale as soon as you say it versus overlay is giving you accurate information at the time, every single time. So looking back at the status, he's got quad. He's going to probably, since teammates already got red, he's probably going to go push high yellow would be an option here to deny enemies coming in with weapons and picking up an armor. Let's see what he does. Yep. All right, so Bogo just got yellow. Nice. So you can see what he did there. I mean, quad LG is obviously extremely powerful, and using it to deny enemy weapons and deny enemy weapons coming to get armors is always a critical type of thing. If they did not have red control, he could have potentially pushed into red, and I'm sure we'll see him do that at some point. But quad also, you've got a giant glow on you, so you got to be a little careful. So he's avoid getting discharged here, so probably gonna be careful around the water. Mound is a great spot. Mound's a great spot with quad LG because he can just incinerate everyone. Everyone's trying to jump across to go from one side of the map to the other, so it's a good spot to control and pick up frags without putting yourself at risk for discharges or rockets. North America, we see Chris do that a lot because he's got such a strong LG. Alright, he's probably going to try to get red and get to the next quad again. See what happens. Perfect. Yep. Nice. It's great work by Dog Pound. You can see what 3 boomsticks does to enemy weapon. Let's pause there. Let's get back. All right, so against quad, I think teammate says, "Hey, enemy." If you remember correctly, this is when in our last video, Blood Dog had shot a rocket at that boomsticker and revealed that he had rocket. So he probably had a teammate say enemy rocket in the water. So BPS is thinking about that. There's also been a discharge now. And so BPS is thinking, hey, let me go find the rocket. Water's probably safe. I could probably jump in because there was just a discharge. I could pick up the empty packs and I can look for that enemy rocket in the water. Water also is always a death trap if you've got a weapon, even if you've got quad, and then you can kind of see what happens because the discharge happens. The other team is obviously out of control, so they're all rushing to water when they see the discharge in all likelihood. So you know boomsticks are coming. So if you do go in the water, you got to get out fast. So he's probably combating: do I kill this enemy RL that I know my teammate just said is in the water near it, and do I get these packs and clean it up before anyone gets here? So. Gets a couple good shots, but was that worth losing a quad shafted red armor? Probably. It's 6-1/2 doesn't. I mean, possibly, but probably not. It's probably better to hold on to the weapon, stay at low bridge, and just kill the people as they come in. So. So 3 minutes. He's coming in. No armor, but he knows rocket's about to spawn. Teammate is there. Now he's got a red 315. He's not going to make it to quad. Quad's probably already spawned. Yep, teammate has it. He's probably thinking, let's go to S&G, get a little bit of a weapon, and then head for the weapons. His teammates, what does he know of his teammates? He knows Xantum's at S&G, Lex, and somewhere around the RA area. He doesn't know where Kara is yet, but unless Kara said something on voice. Mic is up. Didn't go for it. Probably trying to get to a 30-second rocket though with the red. Yep. Just a little late. or rocket 2, enemy rocket 2. Thinking to himself, pent now. Think. Teammate at pent. Want to help on window side? Looks like. Yep. Nice. Trying to go for this LG, yep. We got a nice little cell pack there. Alright. Nice little stack. Gotta get out of the water as quick as possible. Oh, it's tough. Good job by Blood Dog. Stop BPS from getting out of there with a big stack of cells. Alright, so 603, yeah, he knows Rocket's gonna spawn soon. Rocket was 2, so Rocket's still very close to on time. It's probably already sitting in there. So he's gonna try to grab it, probably go yellow. Rocket's now 34. Ooh, ouch. Missile trap by Bogo Insane. That was funny. Nice hand. What? That was just a classic weapon handoff, which is great because the ante was low. BPS already had a few cells, and Meg was out there. So, oof. So Dogpound's got a little bit of control right now. Let's see what's going on the other. They've got 2 weapons. Not as much control as it felt like. Carapace has 2, or Sudden Death has 2 weapons as well. So. This is one of those critical times on the map, though, during the course of a game where both teams have weapons. There's no obvious control. Thinking about the power-ups, the timing, the weapons, and spheres of influence. You've got red armor, right? Which is who's at red? Carapace is at red right now. So can you lock down red control while also controlling the power up? So Carapace is probably likely trying to get the red and get to quad fast. I'm not sure if he's going to make it. On the other side, you've got Dog Pound kind of doing the same thing here. So they're trying to grab yellow and get to Blood Dog's trying to get a weapon. You can see Bogo's at high yellow. He's probably going to push quad. Gingerly, I would imagine, because he's got a weapon. He doesn't want to lose a weapon. So let's kind of see what happens here. It's kind of an interesting inflection point in the game. Yeah, Bogo did push quad. He's at quad. Grabs it. Nice kill by BPS. Nice kill back by Yeti. He's very close at this point. That's probably going to try to get to red now because he knows teammate is in red, but enemy outside red. So Smart to go back to yellow here because he knows yellow's coming up about 5 seconds. Yep, there it is. Yellow's going to be about 24. Oh, nice rocket. So good. Let's go back for a second. I think for a lot of us less good players, understanding how important that cursor is and placing the cursor is really important and is a learned skill. And being able to shoot the ground is also a learned skill. There's a command, I forget the name of it. It's an RL command that will line up your cursor with your height. So the cursor is always pointing at exactly where the rocket is going to hit. And it's really useful, especially when you're trying to shoot the ground from a distance. So let's watch this kind of as it happens and watch BD jump across. See the cursor goes right where he points, and that's what lets him hit BD midair. So that BD's against a wall there, so not as important, but you can see really good rockets there. So again, here, when you've got an enemy across the way there, all he's got to do is drop that cursor down to point right into that gray zone. And if you've got that RL height command done, then your rocket's going to hit exactly where that cursor is. If you don't have it, then you'll notice that your rockets go above exactly where your cursor is, which makes, or maybe it's below, I can't remember now. But I didn't remember, or I didn't find out about that command until a year into being back. And it's a very critical command that you need to have in your configs if you don't already have it. But again, how many times have we been stuck with boomstickers across the way shooting us, trying to kill them with that. So back to our regular scheduled program. BPS quad. Team just took yellow. They do not have red control, but he's trying to get a little bit of health here. Maybe check Mega if you can. Nobody's in red. We can tell from his reports. Phantom's at yellow. Lax at lifts. Carapace is at LG. They might be talking about pushing red, but doubtful. Cara's going in. Nice. That was a... You know that was a... let's go back for a second, because that was a really nice move. They don't have red control. They've got 3 weapons. Kara, BPS, and Xantum. And they clearly on voice are coordinating, trying to go back into red and take control over. Let's see where sudden death is here. Quad, ring, hill. And they've only got 1 weapon, which is Bogo Joker at ring. He's stacked, but they don't have any RLs. So likely on voice, they were talking about the fact that enemy weapons had died recently. Let's see if we can see kill feed. Yeti's died. Let's see who else died. Sane killed a teammate. Blood Dog died. So they know Sane and Yeti, or Sane and Bogo, both recently died, and or Yeti and Blood Dog recently died, and Sane is using a shotgun. So it's safe to assume they can push red, and it's interesting to see kind of how they do it, because BPS is BPS is here. Let's see where Kara. Xantum's at red door. Kara's at LG. So Kara and BPS are going to go in from tunnel. They're from spawns, and looks like Xantum's covering red door. So they all just kind of push in at the same time and take red control back. Interesting point. Let's look at the score here. It's not out of hand. 41 frag difference. The game's been fairly tight, but I mean, obviously, Sundeath's been winning, but 41 frag difference here. 10-minute pent is coming up. They're going to have at least 3 weapons probably for that pent, and at least one of them's going to have a red. Lack's probably going to try to go get yellow. Let's see what happens. All right. Bogo's trying to push in with quad, but you can see how hard it is with quad. Blood Dog was trying to come in and distract, but he got there before Bogo, or after Bogo did. Yep, see. Blood Dog's even got a shaft, so. That's good team control. All 3 of them still red. They secured it. Yes, has full red now. He's going to go grab a health pack and probably head straight for pent, I imagine. Health's not there. Alright, he's just going to have to go without it. A little late, but... Oh, nice. Either knew that exact timing or got a little bit fortunate to come out and land. More than likely, he knew exactly that was spawning right on 3.5, 4 seconds. So, really get a pent quad. Already picked up 13 frags and lead. No, he wants to end that in red. Yep. Now has an LG. A little weak, but he's also the only one in red. Alright, so let's see their status after that. Alright, all weapons dead. You know, that was a huge turning point in the game. Picking up that, or getting red control, picking up a red for BPS, grabbing the pent. Actually, it was fairly fortunate to be able to get that pent, not knowing exactly who was going to be there and how many weapons, because it looked like he was the only one on his team that pushed it. But once he did, the rest of Dog Pound lost all their weapons. All right, let's keep going. They've got red control. They've got quad control. Gonna rotate. It's a nice rotation there. Quad's coming up soon. Okay, BPS is definitely going to go grab quad, I would think, because of the stack, LG stack, but let's see what happens. I don't know what quad timing. Oh, there it is. Quad's 13. Yeah, just discharged Kara. Nice. Good holding control red. Nice shooting, Rook BPS. Wow. Again, down here at Mound, nice little spot. Gotta avoid getting discharged here. Yep, there it was. Every time. It's interesting, right? Because the other team's completely out of control right now. Enemy quad stacked. Let's see, I think it was Yeti that did it. Nice. I was actually pretty fortunate for Yeti to get him, because Yeti never even looked up to see him. Because when you discharge, you need to be able to what the rule is, can I see their eyeballs? And then I don't think yet he ever actually cracked the surface of the water here. Get up. He does it. I guess he barely cracks the surface, but yeah, I was pretty fortunate to get the quad there. So back to BPS. Nice. Still got 2 stacked team weapons here, so they're in pretty good shape, especially if they get the next weapon, the next RO. Rocket is 33, 32. Team was holding yellow for him, that's why he waited so nonchalantly. Otherwise, if you don't know, you want to go into yellow a little bit more gingerly, since you've only got 72 health. Don't stay there and take boomstick damage. Nice rocket jump he did to get the red. It's just a good fast way to grab it. You don't take much damage. Nice little quad axe kill. Zane's in the water now. Health is low there. You gotta be careful about jumping across that gap because LG waiting at the tunnel entrance there. We saw that in the last game. We did BD's perspective, getting fried a couple of times. That's interesting. They didn't even go for pent. I remember this now. They just said, you know what, heck with pent. We got a 100 frag lead. We got 3 weapons. Let's just ignore it. And let's see what happens. If I remember correctly, they basically you're going to vacate red because pent's going to end their run in red. You anticipate. And because of that, you don't want to be in red around the 20 to 30 second mark after pent. So pent's probably going to be empty from like 15:20 to 15:40, and let's see what happens. The enemy's there. 1 weapon there. He knows I'm going to get out of here because pent's probably coming. Let's see where pent is. Yeah, pent just got to red. Exactly. So. Yes. Oh, that was unfortunate. But 34 seconds. They've still got 1 weapon. Let's see. Quad's back in. Quad's in red right now too. So. Blood dog. And grab it. They can't really afford to wait in red now, so he's gonna push out. So let's see what's going on. Nice safe lead. 4 minutes left. 90 frags. Probably just gonna play this slow. Kara defers because BPS had a full 100 health versus 41 for him. is not where you want to be. Pretty easy shot from Mound into the tunnel. Get yourself back. What's up? What's left to it? Going forward. Let's take a look at the stats. Yeah, it's a great game by BPS. Top the leaderboard. You can see the EWEPs for sudden death, 1900, 2500, 1400, 2300. So they didn't have to do a lot of EWEP damage because they had pretty good control most of the map. Compared to 3000, 2900, 2500, 3200 for the other team. So well played by BPS. You saw some really good teamwork moments, like that time when they took red back and used it to get pent. That was a big turning point in the game. Little things like that. I mean, the game was pretty close. Sudden Death was definitely winning, but the ability to stack up 2 more weapons, grab a big power up, and clear out all of Dog Pound's weapons was a huge factor to maintain and grow that lead. So thanks again.